Today is a Thursday, October 19, 2023. Palestine-Israel war update. Palestinian Palestinians are stopping the war. Israel's representative to the UN blames individuals for assuming an accurate part Hamas has written in their content of death and fear. GCC part states say aggregate discipline and making starvation are old Nazi apparatuses with no spot in the advanced world. New York City, the super-durable eyewitness of the province of Palestine to the UN on Wednesday communicated doubt that some actually discuss the right to self-preservation of a power that looks for the constrained exchange and demolition of Palestinians. Riyad Mansour was talking during a Security Committee meeting to examine the continuous Israel-Hamas war. It followed a vote in which the US rejected a draft goal that called for philanthropic stops in the contention and denounced the assault on Israel by Hamas on October 7. As support for the choice, America's emissary referred to the disappointment of the goal to specify Israel's on the whole correct to self-preservation. The gathering occurred in the midst of the greatest heightening in the conflict since it started, a day after an assault on Al-Ali Clinic in Gaza on Tuesday that killed many patients and regular citizens who had been approached to protect in the emergency clinic. Israel blames the Palestinian-equipped gathering Islamic Jihad of completing the assault. Had this committee required a truce 2 days prior, it would have saved many lives, Mansour told chamber individuals, alluding to a past draft goal proposed by Russia on Monday. It had likewise required a truce on philanthropic grounds, however was comparably opposed by the board. Those individuals who casted a ballot against it referred to as their explanation its inability to make reference to Hamas. Stop the slaughter. I rehash, stop the slaughter, Mansour told the chamber, adding that killing Palestinians won't never make Israel safer. Talking for the Bay Collaboration Chamber part states, Omani emissary Mohammed Al-Hassan advised the Security Board that its inability to stand joined has come about just in more gore. For quite a long time, this chamber has been not able to find an enduring, fair answer for the subject of Palestine based on global regulation, including goals embraced by the actual committee. The outcome is casualties on the two sides and a full absence of safety, he said. That's what he added. Twofold norms have driven Israel to oppose this committee and its goals. On many times, Israel has committed slaughters against Palestinians. The slaughter at Al-Ali Medical Clinic is a hazardous heightening, and an infringement of worldwide regulation and global philanthropic regulation, Al-Hassan said. Israel is destroying Palestinian regular citizens before the eyes of the world. Isn't this a fearmonger act and an egregious infringement of global regulation? He asked the representatives. Israeli crook acts, from making starvation aggregate discipline, were polished by Nazis in the Second Great War and have no bearing in this day and age. He required the committee to maintain worldwide regulation and added, demonstrate to us that nobody is exempt from the laws that apply to everyone else, regardless of whether it's Israel. Talking for the Arabs gathering at the UN, Jordanian emissary Mahmoud Hammoud said Middle Easterner nations denounce in the most grounded terms the slaughter by the criminal IDF, Israel Defense Force, of honest regular people who were getting care in Al-Ali Emergency Clinic. Israel is exclusively liable for this egregious atrocity, he added. Hammoud, whose country as of now holds the alternating administration of the Middle Easterner gathering, encouraged the Security Committee to take prompt activity for a quick truce and end Israeli hostility on Gaza. He said the Israeli occupation is the explanation that lies behind this contention and required an autonomous Palestinian state to be laid out in view of 1967 lines, with East Jerusalem as its capital, in the event that we need harmony and security. Egypt's long-lasting delegate to the UN, Osama Abdelkhalek, depicted the assault on the Al-Ali Emergency Clinic as an endeavor to remove Palestinian individuals and drive them from their domain. He added, this war didn't start on October 8 yet significantly sooner than that. It started when the occupation started. That's what he cautioned. Occupation can't go on. Israel's wrongdoings can't be neglected. Gilad Erdan, Israel's minister to the UN, asked chamber individuals, what is happening here? The most boorish fearmonger assault in many years, greater than 9/11's, happened 10 days prior, and it appears that this chamber has proactively failed to remember it. I should help some to remember what occurred. Hamas killed Holocaust survivors who got away from Nazis just to be killed in their lounge. Excusing requires a two-state arrangement. He said the main answer for relieving a disease is the destruction of each and every carcinogenic cell, similarly as it was finished with ISIS and Al-Qaeda. ISIS is an elective name for the psychological oppressor Bunch Dace. Erdogan censured the security chamber for not having done the most essential thing, adding, "You have not denounced, as a board, Hamas' ruthless dread assaults. It is unimaginable that you can't join even on that fundamental thing." He also blamed assembling people for playing the particular work that Hamas has created for you in their substance of death and dread. He added, "Where was the UN when Hamas exploited billions of dollars in the overall manual for embed fear development inside and under thickly populated nearby region? Where on earth have you been? The UN knew all of this yet stayed quiet." Erdogan said it is silly that the chamber is talking about compassionate passages as opposed to censuring Hamas barbarities. Calling for quiet restriction and a truce resembles putting a bandage on a slug wound, he added. As to going after Al-Ali Hospital on Tuesday, Erdogan blamed the Security Council and UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres for taking cases made by child-killing psychological oppressors at face esteem, without even batting an eye. Thanks for watching and subscribing to the channel.